I shouldn't be admitting this, but saving children, right? That was great, but saving you guys is better.
Stop the cap.
Let's unmask the fresh and fit controversy. Let's talk about what is really going on here. It's about incompetent men not getting laid and not having the game to get the wives they married to sleep with them. This is not a dance for their downfall or potential karma talk, even though they've tried to hurt other fellow content creators too. What's up, everyone? It's Ola, and today I'm diving into a story that's been shaking the whole YouTube platform through the online relationship and dating content world. That's precisely what it is: dating, relationships, and getting laid, not men empowerment.
Stop the cap.
You might have already heard about it. The Fresh and Fit podcast, a powerhouse with over 1.4 million subscribers and a whopping 300 million views, is now facing a storm they never saw coming because they don't have any social power or any emotional intelligence. Let's dissect the details. So on or about August 19, 2023, some few days ago, Fresh and Fit dropped a bombshell. We're talking about $50,000 or more in ad revenues down the drains. They've been demonetized by the YouTube AdSense and partnership program. With a massive following, a library of over 1,300 videos and live streams, and a revenue stream that was in the tens of thousands, this news struck them hard. Pause. Now, some others like O'Shea Duke Jackson take on this whole thing, and they're talking about risking the credibility of the Red Pill movement. That's funny, but I disagree. They talk about the concerns that the behavior might paint the movement as being against women and minorities. I disagree. That community has no credibility already. In fact, it gave birth to Myron and Walter, the hosts and creators of the Fresh and Fit podcast. Again, stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Don't be all shocked when little kids like Myron and Walter decides to take your madness to that next level of disrespecting women, men they disagree with, and groups that reminds them of what seems like self-hate to me. You know, darkies and night riders.
Hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that.
Man.
We ain't night riders.
Nah,
so
bro, I'm good.
Sometimes if they're, red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
These are the results of shaming, blaming, explaining, manipulative and controlling tactics and rhetoric. The controversy doesn't end there. Fresh and Fit are known for disrespectful behavior and hate speech towards women and certain protected groups.
Respect to minorities. What the f? Stop! What? I want to get another rant.
Their content, often laced with derogatory language, has drawn attention for all the wrong reasons in the name of men empowerment. Myron has been caught in the act of patronizing Oloshos while preaching against it. Ask Nigerians if you don't know what an Olosho is. But both of them have been caught in many instances of hypocrisy.
What's your body count?
I'm probably close to 400 now at this point.
Allegedly.
400?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter for me.
Stop the cap.
But I believe they are liars who have actually managed to talk long enough to believe their own lies, just like many of their followers. It's not just about what they said, but how they said it. But it's actually both. It's all of it, all of the above. Their rise to fame was propelled by sensationalism and controversy rather than showcasing genuine talent. Their content relied on provocative discussions and the allure of appearances to boost their views. Here are a few of their stupid rhetoric on social media.
This is what I'm trying to say when I say women don't know what they're talking about. When women say, it's a vibe, oh, he was cool, blah, blah, blah. You understand that for the man to create the vibe, that's a fucking skill. He's got to be able to come in, talk to you in a certain way, speak to you in a tonality, make you feel comfortable without necessarily being too nice, but at the same time, he's got to have some type of allure to have you where you're interested without getting bored, etc. Men have to do all the courtship in the beginning and get you in a position where you're aroused by him, but at the same time, not scared of him. And that's a very delicate balance. What you guys don't understand is because women don't have game, women don't talk to men and approach men. You just sit there, receive the attention, and you decide if you want to deal with the guy or not.
Facts.
Women don't understand any of this stuff because at the end of the day, men are the pizza makers. You guys guys just enjoy the fucking but I have to sit there, spin the dough a certain way, put a certain room temperature, use certain water. I have to do all these different things to make the ingredients taste good.
Shit.
You guys just enjoy the end product, but you don't know how the pizza's made. Men have to be the pizza makers and put it in a certain way so that you enjoy it.
You see, it's still a vibe all across the board. The vibe you just left in this comment is lame. Gentlemen, in these modern times, it's probably easier and better to just become a woman than complaining about what it takes to be a man.
I shouldn't be admitting this, but saving children, right? That was great, but saving you guys is better.
You see, another lame moment that actually happened in the announcement of the demonetization. Grown men know that there are certain things that should die as thoughts inside of our brain, in our head. But lame modern men like Myron think masculinity is synonymous to saying every thought out as words. They just talk too much. Matured men in general will never say that out loud just because they sugarcoat it with I shouldn't be admitting this. Men thrive on sacrifice.
Call yourself a 10 is ludicrous.
Okay, so
None of y'all at the table are a 10, bro.
it's fine.
None of y'all at the table are a 10.
Ladies, I got you.
Like girls that are like 8s, 9s, 10s, like these girls are like supermodels. They get paid based off of how they look and they're getting booked all the time.
I mean,
We might not be your idea of a 10.
Yeah, it's pretty
Y'all
women.
want the chat to vote? I'm being nice. I'm being nice. Like, yo, like what the?
Nigga
See-
said 0.
Yo.
Nigga said 4 or 5.
Yo,
1s and 2s.
like I would consider all of you ladies like fairly average, maybe a little above average, but there's nothing wrong with
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah,
There's no wrong
that's
with that.
understandable, right?
But this is what, remember how I said earlier that most women have an overinflated sense of self-worth and y'all agree with me, and then now I'm putting the rubber to the road and y'all don't like that?
Grown men understand a typical woman's need to fantasize and paint a picture. That's literally related to market inflation, the reason why we're attracted to them. Inflation in any respect, it's emotions, fear, greed, and correction by reality in time. But of course, Myron is obsessed with telling women right now the truth and what truth tell us. And that's in addition to the fact that looks are subjective as part of our nature as humans, men and women. But that's not all. Platforms like YouTube have their own rules that has nothing to do with immunization against consequences of free lame speech, and Fresh and Fit's content repeatedly pushed those boundaries. Their disregard for those rules and their chase for sensationalism had consequences they didn't see coming because they are lame like that. The outcome, predictable yet striking. Demonetization, a downfall due to rule violation and lack of real substance. It's a cautionary tale of how discrediting and disrespecting others can ultimately erode respect for your own platform. That's power, intelligence, and there's consequences for being stupid in this respect. We don't know if this demonetization is permanent, but it doesn't matter. Now, their short-term growth might continue due to the current demographic, but there's a steep price to pay for you that would defeat your purpose or lack thereof in the world you and I live in. Isn't that pointless? It's time for you to step up to embrace a more genuine and respectful approach to getting laid, keeping your home together, staying out of divorce and custody court. It has nothing to do with being a doormat for women or simping, which you clearly need to be saved from, just like Myron. Again, this is not a dance to their downfall. This is a reminder that you are a king, and something has to have terribly gone wrong if a little served breakfast, that means heartbreak in Nigerian slangs, from your high school sweetheart would make you lose your shit. You're right, a painful divorce and resentment from a custody battle will do that to you, and it shouldn't be minimized. But gentlemen, you really don't have the luxury of being Andrew Tate, Kanye West, Donald Trump, and Fresh and Fit stupid in public. You will be silenced. Sadly, I predicted it for every single one of those examples. The Matrix is not your mate. It will come and take it all away from you. It's just a matter of time. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
You're not saving anyone long term. You're definitely not saving the family structure or any relationship for that matter. You can't even save yourself. You're only feeding a bruised ego, and it will only get worse. And even worse, is all the young men who think they can get away from real life consequences. If you find value in this video, you'll find value on the video on the screen. Like, hit the like, share, and subscribe, and let me know if you want to talk more about this.